Most of us can't live without our cell phones, so the last thing we want is for them to get damaged in this frigid winter weather. Let's look at some ways to protect them in the cold. I'm Emily Gasulo, and this is Tech Byte. Josh Rennick with Oops Repair in Chattanooga says extreme cold weather can harm your phone if it's left out for extended periods of time. It could slow down the battery. Rennick says the ideal temperature for battery life is between 40 and 90 degrees.
So if you go back to like 10th grade chemistry, you'll remember that when things freeze, they slow down. And so the battery cells in your phone, I guess the juices within the battery just don't make it or don't move fast enough to power the phone the way that you will normally in a normal temperature. So you'll notice that your battery life will drop dramatically.
Those low temperatures also impact your touch screen.
Most of the touch screens in phones these days are what's called capacitive touch, and when the temperature gets below freezing point, they just don't want to respond. And so you might be really frustrated when you're outside in the cold and your finger isn't causing the screen to swipe, or you can't text.
And if you often drop your phone, Rennick says it's more fragile and more likely to break in the cold.
Whenever something gets cold, it usually makes it a little more brittle. And so glass is not impervious to that.
But there are things you can do to keep your phone in good shape if you have to be outside in the elements for a while. One option is to turn it off, but if you can't,
slipping your phone inside your coat so that it's closer to your body, so the body heat will kind of keep it warm for you. If you're going to stick it in a pocket, maybe grabbing a pack of those hand warmers and leaving it in your pocket if you're going to be outside, as long as there's a little bit of a heat source for the phone.
And when you need to charge your phone, make sure it's warmed up to room temperature before plugging it in. Another option is to get a cold-compatible phone case, like an insulating one from the Climate Case brand. Rennick says if you happen to crack your screen in the cold, they can fix it at Oops Repair. If your battery isn't working right, they can replace that too. I'm Emily Gasulo, and that's this week's Tech Byte.